Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know, I'm a little late. We've been gone, we've been traveling, I have an excuse, and I am finally and barely getting to my JACLYN Home Morphe palette. I was so inspired when I got home to use this because there's just so many beautiful colors in here, and I've been seeing everyone's tutorials using it, and I had major FOMO watching everybody creating beautiful looks, so today I wanted to create something beautiful and different as well. So I'm going to be doing a video on how to achieve this look. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys not only the eye makeup look, but the whole face look and everything to get this entire look. So if you guys want to see how to recreate this, please continue watching, and please also be sure to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up, comment below, and again, thank you guys so much for all the support and love you guys constantly give me. I really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's get it started. I am so excited to play with this palette today. You guys have no idea. So before I get started into doing my makeup and going into all of that, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of depuffing and correcting underneath my eyes. I'm going to be using the H2O Beauty Oasis Water Infused Hydrating Gel Eye Mask. These are pretty cool. They help to pamper underneath the eyes. They help to refreshen it, take away any kind of puffiness, especially if you're tired, which is me right here. I'm always tired and exhausted. So they look like this, and they come two in a pack. They are like a nice little cloth on the outside, and then the inside's got this little gel in there. And the gel actually is contained with 60% water, so it helps to really lock in that moisture underneath of the eye. You know how some of them tend to slip around? These just like lock right in. So they're perfect, so you can do your makeup when you have them on, and you don't have to worry about them slipping around or going left and right. I'm sure some of you guys have had that happen before. So while this is doing all that jazz underneath, I'm gonna start my eye makeup. That way when I'm done, I can peel off and then get going with the rest. I'm gonna go with the color Silk Cream and Creamsicle, and I'm gonna use this as my transition. Just gonna really carve it out, and then I'm just gonna go in that circular motion and really build it up. So I'm going to go with the color Roxanne, and I'm going to be going in with this small detailing brush, and I'm just going to go right in the crease and just kind of draw a line across. And then I'm going to take in this small blending brush and just going to blend everything together, going up higher towards the brow bone, just really blending it into that first transition shade that I already applied. And the more you blend, I think the better it looks, because you want to make sure that you really do the transition between all the shades. So now I'm going to grab my MAC Painterly Paint Pot and a flat defining brush, and I'm going to carve out my lid. I'm going to do this first because I'm going to be applying a pretty dramatic color onto the lid, and I really want it to stand out. Okay, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna grab a smaller brush actually for the harder to reach areas. You guys see how it's like carving it out? I'm gonna go in with this color. I think this is called Enchanted. No, Diva. This is Diva. It's like a beautiful, oh, it's so pretty. It's like a jade kind of emerald color. Oh, mira, it's so pretty. I'm just gonna press this onto the lid and pack it on, kind of going into the crease. Not all the way, but just kind of halfway in there. And then from there, I'm going to grab the same brush, and I'm now going to grab the color Enchanted, which is this darker emerald color, which is a matte shade. And the same brush, I'm going to pat this on, and then kind of on top of the color. And then just keep on packing that shade on there, and then kind of over the metallic, so it gets like a nice gradual fade into the crease. And then from there, I'm going to take a blending brush, and I'm just going to add it on the crease and just kind of blend everything together. These colors are super nice. They're very easy to blend out, which is really nice, because I feel like when you're mixing colors other than browns, it can be a little tricky trying to get the blend to work. But when you're mixing any kind of, you know, on the green, blue side, it's a little more on the trickier side to get it all to work. But I'm loving the way the blend is working and the way the colors are looking together. And I'm going to grab the color Beam and pick up a very small pencil brush. I'm going to add this to the inner tear duct of my eye. I love adding color right here. It just really helps to open up the eye and brighten it up, especially if you're doing a smokier, heavier eye. You want to add that little bit of lightness right in there. So now for my eyes, I'm going to top them off with some liner, and I'm going to go in using the YSL Shocking Eyeliner. I got this when I was on my trip with them in Morocco and fell in love with this liner. It is so fierce and dark and easy to put on. So I'm just going to start this right at the crease of the eye. And I love that it's not messy. Some liquid liners, especially the felt tip ones, get a little messy or they're too watery when they come out. This one just kind of goes on, stays put, and doesn't move around. So for my lashes, I'm going to be trying out these new Lilly lashes in the shade Extra Mykonos. They are the larger version of the Mykonos lashes. Guys, these just might kill it for me. These just might be the ones that are the ILUVSARAHI lashes. I use Miami all the time, but I feel like these are speaking to me on another level. I'm just gonna snip these on the side really quickly. I always take the sides off because there's always an extra bit of like the band that sticks out, and it'll randomly poke you in the middle of like an event and you'll be like, you know what I mean? Has that ever happened to you guys? Because it happens to me sometimes when I don't cut enough of it off. I'm just standing there and I'm like dying inside. Make sure to always cut that little piece off. So I'm just gonna pop these onto the middle of my eye. See, and it's just like enough. And I don't know if you guys noticed, I placed them a little differently than usual. Normally I place them sitting up because I like them to stand out like this, but I don't want it to take over too much of the eye, so I laid it more down this time. Looking good, and I'm running late, but I'm looking good, so that's all that matters. Okay, so it's time to peel these off. It's been actually more than 20 minutes, so it's like perfect. Oh, that feels so good. I do look a lot more awake, don't I? They feel so good. This is like the most amazing feeling taking these off. They actually feel a little tighter too, and I think that's from the cooling sensation in there. Oh, they just feel amazing. And these are good too, especially like I said, before you go to an event, before you go to bed, if you're ever just really tired, even on a plane, whatever it is, they just really help to underneath the eyes. I'm going to go in using the H2O AQUADEFENSE Protective Matcha Moisturizer. This has been a favorite of mine during the daytime lately because it's so lightweight. It's a whipped moisturizer, but it's super nourishing. It has shea butter. It has coconut oil as well. It also has the matcha green tea and the rice bran extracts in it as well. And what I like about this moisturizer is that it helps with the texture of the skin. So for me, I always get texture right around this area and a little bit right here. I don't know why. And this has been helping it to just look a lot more softer and smoother throughout the day. And for my primer today, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Ultra Skin Booster. This is my first time actually trying this, but I've heard so many great things about it. It's supposed to hydrate and plump your skin. I'm just going to add a couple drops onto it. And it's a serum, but you can actually use it as a primer. But I've been hearing a lot of great reviews about this, so I wanted to try it out and see how it looks. So for my foundation today, I'm going to go in with an old school foundation that I used to use, and this is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I have re-fallen in love with this foundation all over again, and I've been loving it. I'm going to speed this part up because you guys know how my process works, but I'm going to keep the camera rolling so you guys can see in fast motion how I put this on. Alright, so I just added some translucent powder on underneath my eyes. This is my favorite DERMABLEND. You guys know I love this stuff. So now that we are here, you guys know it's getting time to the end of the makeup. So we're going to finish off my under eyes again with going back in with the same colors I used on top. However, because I did do a heavier eye, I don't want to add and transfer the green underneath. I'm going to actually get the transition colors and make a sunset underneath my eyes, if that makes any sense. So going in with Silk Cream first, just going to go ahead and add this right to the middle of the eye. I need to dust this off. I need to dust this off my face right now. It's a little harder than I thought. I'm taking in that color Creamsicle and just kind of dusting that with a fluffy brush on top of the first color I used. I'm going to go right in the center of the eye. I like to always start right in the middle and then work my way to the front and then right about there. So I'm gonna grab Creamsicle and then just kind of add a little more again. MAC COSTA Eyeliner. Can we talk about how great this is? I used to use this religiously when I worked at MAC and for years after, and I kind of stopped using it. I started using black again. This is like heaven for any eye color out there. Green, blue, brown. Brown eyes, it makes them look brown. Green eyes, more clear. Blue eyes, you know what I mean? It just does everything for the eyes. So I'm gonna roll this right on my waterline. I'm gonna show you guys right now so you can see. And now I have brown eyes, but I like to say I have iced tea eyes when I wear this because it really makes them lighter. The color just looks so different. Do you see? Am I crazy? Babe, can you zoom up on that? Can you zoom in on this eye? Do I have light eyes now? I feel like I have light brown eyes now. Can I say I have light eyes now?
You definitely have light eyes.
Okay, cool. Alright, so for my skin, I'm going to bronze myself up using a powder bronzer. I'm going to go in using the YSL number 2. This is their Bronzing Stones Collector. This is a summer edition. I'm going to use a very, very large brush today for this. I want an all-over bronze. Not so much of a contour look, but yeah, let me move these hoops out of the way. Just a little bit of highlight today. This is I actually mixed two of the Artist Couture COCOLING and Illuminati together. Put it on that forehead. I'm gonna add this to my shoulders, even though I already have a little bit of a glow on. Kind of just like to give it a little extra glow on there. We have the sun. I'm gonna say hello. It is. Are you gonna stand there? So to top off my cheeks, I'm gonna add some blush. This is from Sigma. This is NYMPHEIA. It's totally wrong, but you guys know I don't do well with names. But this is like a pinky shade. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this onto my angled brush, just right up in there. And last but not least, let's do lips. Of course, I am so boring and I'm gonna do nudes. Yes, I know I need to stop using nudes, but I have a lot going on top and on my cheeks, so I don't want to do too much more anywhere else. So let's get that color. So for my lips, I'm gonna go in using the Too Faced Melted Matte Lip, and this is in the color Child Star. And for the lip pencil, I'm gonna be using the color 951 from my collection. I use the color CURVII for my collection. Your girl is so late over here, as usual. Alright guys, here is a final look on this makeup. Do you guys love it? Because I'm loving it. I love the way these colors came out and the way everything looked. So with that being said, I will see you guys in a couple of days. Bye.